I broke up with my boyfriend when he was at his poorest. A year later, he made it big and married a more beautiful, lively innocent girl. On a variety show, the host asked him, having swept all the major awards at such a young age, if he had any regrets left. Slinging an arm around Charlotte's waist, he said, "I wonder how she's been since we broke up." The host hesitated. "She's been really struggling." A smile finally crept onto Arthur's face. "Then I can rest easy." But Eleanor left a videotape before she died. Arthur's smile froze. The tape contained every single day of my life from the moment I left him until my passing. Before she died. Arthur's hand on Charlotte's waist went rigid. He let out a derisive chuckle. "Is this part of your show's drama?" The host shook his head. On the big screen behind them, my smile appeared. "Hi everyone. It's Eleanor. Today I'm breaking up with my boyfriend, huh? You're asking if I'm sad about dumping a promising, handsome, and pure-hearted guy." The girl on screen, her head shaved, was picking out a wig. She glanced at the camera and grinned. "Not at all. What would make me sad is if he saw me like this." "Hey? Why are you shaking? You can't film steadily like that." I held on to my best friend Victoria's trembling hand. Victoria's voice choked up. "I don't want to film this. I'll cry my eyes out. I can't do it. You promised me, remember? To record every day of my life until the end." Victoria sniffled. "Can I back out?" "No way." I pouted. "My perfect curtain call can't be entrusted to anyone else." Seeing she was still crying, I tugged at her sleeve. "Please, Victoria. You're the only one I have left in this world." Her sobs grew louder. Fine. I'll film it, okay?" After all these years, I returned to my hometown house. Victoria held her phone behind me as I walked Buddy along the country path. I laughed softly on the ridge. No wonder Arthur posted a song on his moments earlier. Turns out it's because you took Buddy away. I turned around. "What song?" "I blocked him right after we broke up. It's by Huyembin. Take everything you want." Victoria and I exchanged a look, then burst into a mix of laughter and tears. "Take everything you want, I'll bear what's left behind. Leave us with Buddy, no matter if he's useful or not." Victoria laughed until tears streamed down her face. "He didn't want anything but Buddy, and you took nothing but Buddy." Our laughter echoed across the horizon, gradually blending with sobs. Pushing open the dilapidated wooden door, I brushed off the spider webs. "You know, ever since Arthur and I went to college in Beijing, we rarely came back. After Mom and Dad passed away, Arthur and I took Buddy with us. This is the first time I brought him home." The camera shifted as I took it in my hands. Hi. Eleanor here, bringing you an immersive old house cleaning vlog." Victoria, wearing an apron and holding a broom, frowned. "I'm the one cleaning, you spoiled young lady. I'm a patient. Cut me some slack, okay?" After a burst of laughter, I stumbled out of the kitchen. Covered in dust, Victoria glared and snatched the spatula from me. "I told you not to cook. Don't you know your own skill level? Go sit outside." I coughed as I sat down, still smiling. As soon as Victoria stepped back into the kitchen, my smile faded. I propped the phone up on the table and gasped for breath, my chest heaving. After taking a few shaky puffs from my oxygen tank, I forced a smile at the camera. "Sorry, I've been having trouble breathing more and more lately. Actually, I'm really good at cooking, I swear. Watch me conquer the kitchen again." With that, I picked up the phone only to feel something fluffy brush against my ankle. The camera up and down to Buddy, lying listlessly at my feet. "Hungry?" I held out a sausage. He nuzzled it with his nut. I sat back on my foot, not moving an inch. "Come on, Buddy, I need to check on Victoria in the kitchen." "Move." He stayed put. "What's wrong? Why are you so clingy today?" I stroked his dry fur. "I get it. Buddy's getting old to don't feel like moving, huh? I'll stay with you a little longer today." I leaned back on the sofa. "I won't have many more chances to." Buddy let out a soft whimper. When I woke up on the sofa, Victoria was squatting at my feet. Hearing me stir, she looked up, her face soaked with tears. "Eleanor, is it true that dogs can sense when their owners are leaving, and go ahead to the next life to wait for them?" I nearly dropped the camera. I scrambled to feel for Buddy. He was gone. He'd laid at my feet, quietly passing away while I slept exhausted. I forced a smile that was more painful than crying. Don't be silly. Buddy was 10 years old. He lived a long, full life. When the camera turned on again, I was patting dirt around a small mound at the back of the hill. My breathing was ragged, my face pale. I wiped sweat from my forehead and pointed toward the house. Straight ahead is home. Don't get lost if you end up going to Arthur's place. I trailed off. Smiling, I pulled my hand back. Don't go back there. Soon, no one will be left when I come down. We'll start a new family with Mom and Dad. Sobs shook the camera as I looked up, grinning and nodding behind the lens. What's wrong with you? Can't hold the camera steady? Victoria cried even harder. You're the one talking nonsense. I laughed and waved. Look at you. Come on, let's go home and eat your cooking, Eleanor. If you keep this up, I'll never speak to you again. I grinned and wrapped an arm around her shoulders. Don't worry. Your sister Eleanor is invincible. A little cancer. I've got it under control. Eleanor opened the door. Victoria banged frantically on the wood. The camera was propped up nearby. Victoria hadn't even had time to adjust it. Only her lower body was visible inside the room. I screamed and sobbed. Get out. I told you to get out. Leave me alone. Violent retching followed. Victoria's voice cracked. Eleanor. If you don't open up, I'm going to break the door down. What's wrong? Let me see you. Get out. Let me be alone. My heart-connecting cries cut through the screen. Victoria slammed her shoulder against the door. The old wooden frame creaked and gave way. Inside, I was on my knees by the trash can, my hair matted with vomit. Utterly disheveled. Nothing like the singing, laughing girl from the day before. I looked up in despair. My eyes red and swollen. Victoria, Eleanor. She knelt down, ignoring my filth, and pulled me into a tight hug. I trembled as I clung to her, my chin resting on her shoulder, tears soaking through her clothes. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have snapped at you. But every time I wake up, I get confused thinking I'm still the normal Eleanor. Then I stare at the ceiling for ages, realizing I'm sick. I'm so sick, Victoria. I choked on my words. Victoria held me even tighter. It's okay, Eleanor. You'll get through this. You will, Ray. You're Eleanor. After all. Resting my head on her shoulder, I rolled up my sleeve to reveal black and blue bruises covering my arm. My voice was hoarse. What do I do, Victoria, if this keeps up? There won't be any more places to give me injections. It hurts so bad. Oh, now you're complaining about the pain. Where was this when you stayed up all night grabbing tickets yesterday? I counted. I had to see my ex-boyfriend's first concert since he got famous, didn't I? It's been so long now. I wanted to check if his singing got better. Victoria fell silent after a long pause. She touched my arm. You said you broke up with him because you didn't want to hold him back. If he still has feelings for you now, would you ask him for help? No, I said firmly. But he makes over 10 million from a single song now. He definitely has the money to help you get treatment. It doesn't matter. And you are not allowed to tell him, but you're so. I pulled my hands on my hips, the IV catheter in my hand leaving a blue mark on my skin. I'm fine, besides. I dumped him when he was at his poorest. Now that he's made it big. Going back to him and saying I'm sick. What kind of person would that make me? Don't worry, I'm Eleanor. Remember, a little cancer? I've got it under control. I pressed my index finger and thumb together. Making a pinch gesture. Victoria looked at me for a moment, then sighed. I waved her over. Let's go. Even if I spend money on this illness, there's no guarantee of a cure. I might as well use the limited funds on my final pleasures. Hurry up. Didn't we book the amusement park for tonight? Before that, I found this amazing barbecue place. I crashed straight into someone's arms. I frantically apologized, but when I looked up and saw who it was, Hutting Fassel Maibsa, I stumbled back several steps. Victoria gasped, Arthur? Even though he was fully covered in a mask, lovers can recognize each other with just one look. Eleanor. Shock flickered in his beautiful eyes, followed by anger and reproach. Without thinking, I turned and ran. The camera shook wildly as Victoria chased after me. Ike and so patient ran faster than she ever had when healthy. Through labored breaths, a voice shouted my name, Eleanor. Do you hate me that much? Yes, I called back. Just a quick look. Please leave me be. Little Eleanor, it's not that I have anything against you. A voice said. After all, we're from the same village, but you were the one who left him. And it took him so long to move on. Your junior sister has become a top star now, and she adores him. The public loves them together. You shouldn't. I nodded with a smile. I know. Elizabeth. I won't disturb him. I just wanted to see him one last. Just wanted to see him. All right. After a few more exchanges, I pointed the camera at myself. We're at Elizabeth's place. Standing behind me is Arthur's manager. Back then, she was so determined to push him to write songs that she bought a house right across the street from this floor-to-ceiling window. You can see Arthur's place if he slacks off even a little. She calls him immediately, though he always keeps the curtains drawn, so I probably can't see anything. As I spoke, I opened the camera to Arthur's new home. Through the partially open curtains, the lens landed on a painting hanging on the wall. And my smile froze. It was an old couple's photo of him and me. In the picture, we were dressed in wedding attire, smiling playfully at the camera. That day, I teased him, if you ever become famous, marry me for real. I never thought this joke wedding photo would end up hanging front and center in his house. He'd kept it. I took off my mask, reaching up to touch the photo. Then I clenched my fist, pressing it tightly against the image. I leaned against the wall, supporting myself as if drained of all strength, my head bowed and shoulders shaking. Holding the camera, I pressed my fist against the window too, gritting my teeth to hold back my own trembling. I forced a smile. I guess he'll never know I was standing right behind him this whole time. At the concert, glow sticks waved wildly. Victoria held the camera. But she wasn't filming Arthur, she was filming me. Waving my glow stick frantically. Missy. Slow down, you'll shake your wig off. I pulled my mask down slightly. It's fine. I checked it multiple times before coming, and look, Tio. Doesn't my makeup look good today? You can't even tell I'm sick. Right? Victoria laughed through a sob. Your makeup skills still haven't improved. You just don't appreciate it. I turned away from the camera. The next second, Arthur's voice filled the venue. With you in the morning, the world feels vast. When you appeared in my life, love suddenly bloomed in color. I clapped for Victoria. That key change was incredible. He sings so much better than before, no wonder he's a star. Fans screamed nonstop, it's so beautiful. Charlotte is definitely Arthur's redemption. Arthur made the right choice breaking up with Eleanor. His songs have gotten so much better since then. He should have dumped her sooner. What did you say? Victoria turned around. I pulled her back immediately, but it was too late. She pushed me aside. What's wrong with Eleanor? The fan and her friend stared at us. Eleanor, that deadweight who left him as soon as he had no money. Wait. Are you sticking up for that bitch? Who are you calling a bitch? Victoria dropped her phone. I hurried to hold her back, smiling at them through my mask. I'm so sorry, my friend's just a little emotional. The fan glared at me disdainfully. At least one of you has some sense now that my brother's written a song for his true love. Tell that king girl to stay away. As soon as she finished speaking, the concert cameras came to a woman in the VIP section. Charlotte's at elegantly in a formal dress, her grace standing out among the fans. The venue erupted in screams. Sister-in-law. Arthur stood on stage, nodding at her. The atmosphere grew even more heated. They're definitely dating. My OTP is real. The camera turned back to my face. Victoria's voice was tentative. Eleanor. I snapped out of my daze, smiling. They look so perfect together, don't you think? Eleanor, if you have something to say, say it. I don't believe you've really moved on. I fell silent for a moment, then smiled at the camera. When your time is up, you have to let go of what you can't hold on to. The next second, stage lights blinded me. My heart skipped a beat. Had the camera caught me? On stage, Arthur seemed to sense something. His hand holding the microphone froze as he looked at the big screen. Where the light shone, the seat was empty. I leaned against the wall. Gasping for breath, Victoria supported me with one hand and held the camera with the other. Missy, you're a patient. Why are you running so fast? I adjusted my wig in the camera. If I didn't run, they would have seen me like this. His fans would definitely attack me, and after working so hard for this big concert, it wouldn't be right for me to ruin it, would it? Eleanor. A deep voice came from behind. My hand froze mid-brush through my hair as I quickly pulled my mask up only for it to be torn off abruptly. I stared wide-eyed at Arthur, face to face. His beautiful eyes looked down at me, his brows furrowed. Victoria nearly dropped the camera in shock. How long has it been since we parted, and you've let yourself become such a mess? He grabbed my chin roughly, a sneer on his lips. That man you left me for, he didn't take good care of you. I pushed his hand away, quickly putting my mask back on. His sneer deepened. I thought he was so great that you couldn't even be bothered to talk to me. Turns out he's just mediocre. If you want to come to my concerts in the future, you can do it openly. I won't laugh at you. After all, you've been irrelevant to me for a long time. My hand holding the mask strap froze. I lowered my eyelashes. But Victoria spoke up. Really? Irrelevant? Of course. I should thank you. Eleanor, I froze. If it weren't for you, I would have never realized Charlotte is the love of my life. He curled his lips. Thank you for betraying me. She didn't, she actually. I've heard enough. I covered Victoria's mouth, smiling at him. Congratulations on a lifetime of happiness. His brows furrowed deeper. Victoria tried to say something else, but I tugged her hard, dragging her away. From behind, Charlotte's voice called, Arthur, was that Eleanor? His reply was faint in the wind. No, in my heart, she died a long time ago. In the camera. Victoria's eyes were red as she searched everywhere. Her room was empty when I woke up this morning. The quilt was neatly folded. Like she never slept there. Where could she have gone all night? Did that jerk Arthur push her too far? She's been listless ever since we came back from the concert. It's just a man. If she dares to sneak off and kill herself while I'm not looking, I'll never forgive her, Victoria cried as she searched frantically. The camera pans across the country path, wending through layers of terraced fields. Until it reaches the cemetery in front of a small mound of earth. A thin figure sits on the steps, staring blankly at a tombstone. Eleanor. Victoria is practically fuming. What are you doing here alone? I look at her for a moment, tilting my head after a pause. It clicks. Oh, it's Victoria. Eleanor? Victoria's voice trembles. I wave with a smile. It's nothing. I've just been so tired lately. And my memory's been terrible. I keep dreaming about Mom and Dad. Last night, the pain was so bad I couldn't sleep. So I figured I'd come see them. My smile softens. Victoria, being here. It feels like someone's waiting for me to come home again. That's enough. Victoria hurries to my side. Why didn't you wake me when it hurt? Does it still hurt now? Should I take you to the hospital? I shake my head, smiling. Head is smiling. The pain hasn't come as often lately. Sometimes I feel just like a normal person. Maybe this means. Shut up. Victoria cuts me off sharply. After we eat, I'm taking you to the hospital. The breeze lifts my hair. Some truths, even when known, can't be spoken aloud, so I nod with a smile. Okay, what delicious food did you make today? The footage cuts off abruptly here. When it opens again, only I am in front of the camera, adjusting it. I smile at the lens. I'm recording this secretly behind her back. She'd never let me say these things. I saw her crying alone earlier. Actually, sometimes, I'm not dreaming about Mom and Dad. In that half-asleep state, I see them standing at the door, holding my favorite sweet and sour pork tenderloin. They smile and ask if school was tiring. They say they've come to take me home. I sigh, hiding fulfilled wide sashamada, tilting my head upward to hold back tears, but they still slide down my cheeks. Do you think, as we walk through life, we suddenly realize we're alone without even noticing when it happened? After a moment, I laugh again. Well, isn't that okay too? Like now, I only need to worry about Victoria being alone. At least when I leave, there won't be so many people to miss, right? I quickly wave at the camera. No. No, Victoria can't hear this. I'll hide this footage. When she finds it after I'm gone, she can yell at me all she wants, I won't be able to hear it. You have no idea how much she holds back when she's filming. When she really lets loose, her scolding is brutal, you definitely shouldn't hear it. I pause, waving at the lens. Alright, that's it for today. I love you all. I love you. My Victoria. Victoria holds the camera, panning around the car. Weather, hot there, sunny, temperature, pleasant. Eleanor? I peek out from under a blanket, my emaciated hand making a V sign at the camera. Eleanor. Invincible. Victoria sighs. Really? Your voice is so weak. You have to go. I prop my chin up. Of course it's the day he receives his highest honor. His lifelong highlight. Victoria snorts. He wrote that love song for Charlotte, and you're not even mad. You're practically rushing to witness him win an award for it? I laugh. He still thinks I betrayed him if he's not writing love songs for Charlotte. Who else would he write them for? The car pulls up near the awards ceremony venue. When I step out, the first thing I see is Arthur's portrait on the giant screen covering the entire building. The color of love tops music charts at home and abroad for consecutive weeks. The ultimate romance from a musical prodigy to his beloved. Even the Square's background music blurs those lines. With you in the morning, the world feels vast. When you appeared in my life, love suddenly bloomed in color. Theft, terrible. Victoria mutters. I laugh. No, it's really good. Come on, let's go in. We fought so hard to get these tickets, don't waste them. I pull Victoria along, but as soon as I take a step, everything goes black. The world spins around me. And Victoria's scream rings in my ears. Eleanor. The scene shifts. I'm lying in a hospital bed, watching the awards ceremony live on the TV mounted on the wall. Arthur stands on the podium with Charlotte by his side, delivering his acceptance speech. Actually, besides surprise, there's one person I want to thank for this award today. Thank you to the person who left me back then. If she hadn't disappeared suddenly, I never would have known I could love someone this much in my life. Charlotte blushes. The audience erupts and screams from fans shipping them. I point the camera at myself, wincing at how sunken my cheeks look. Then flip it back. I clear my throat. I need to clarify something. I didn't disappear because I abandoned him. I died. Stop messing around. I just managed to stop crying. The camera shakes not from laughter, but because I can't hold it steady. I hand it to Victoria, closing my eyes. I'm so tired. I want to sleep. This time, I think I really can rest. The videotape ends here. Victoria sits in the audience, sobbing uncontrollably. Arthur stares blankly at the dark screen, then turns to Victoria in a daze. Why didn't you tell me? Victoria chokes out. She found out when you were at your poorest. She said you'd definitely drop out of the competition to take her to hospitals everywhere. But Elizabeth said you had a huge chance of blowing up if you competed. She knew she didn't have much time left and she missed home. Veins bulge on Arthur's hands. He holds back tears for a long time before forcing a bitter smile. She hated me, didn't she? Victoria shakes her head. She recorded some videos alone that I only found them after she died. With that, my image reappears on the big screen. I wave at the camera. An IV needle is still in my hand as I lie in the hospital bed. I think there are some things I need to clarify. I don't know if people will misunderstand Arthur after watching this video. But he's a good person. We grew up together. I know him after that concert. There's been an anonymous person transferring money to my account. I know it's him. I hold up the bank records, showing transfers in the 7-figure range each time. I smile at the camera. I know it's you, Arthur. Thank you. But it's too late. I can't be saved. But don't worry, I'll donate this money on your behalf. Maybe set up an anti-cancer foundation or give it to charity. Since I'm already talking about this, let's go over my will. I didn't get treatment. So I still have some money left. I know Arthur doesn't need it anymore, so I'm leaving all of it to Victoria. I also give Victoria full rights to my Farewell to the World video series. If these videos can help her start her career, that would be perfect. But I need to emphasize this again, Arthur did nothing wrong. He's always been tough on the outside but soft on the inside. Please don't cyberbully him, thank you. I wave at the camera. Well, that's all, see you in the next life. The final footage ends. Arthur sits there, silent. Some fans in the audience can't contain their anger. What's this about? Arthur and Charlotte are already together. Why are they showing his ex-girlfriend's video now? Is she trying to be a homewrecker? But others quickly retort, this is just her deathbed diary. Even if it wasn't shown here, it's already gone viral on social media. She's dead. Could she have controlled this? Either way, you can't be a homewrecker even if you're dead. She's not a homewrecker, Arthur says, his voice breaking the silence. The audience falls quiet instantly. Charlotte hesitates for a moment, then takes the microphone. I'm sorry, but Arthur and I were fake. For a while after that, Arthur, who had been a constant presence on screens, vanished without a trace. When Charlotte found him, he was sitting in front of the wedding photo of him and Eleanor, a pile of cigarette butts scattered at his feet. What the hell are you doing? Charlotte stepped forward and snatched the cigarette from his hand. You've only been drinking and not eating for 3 days. Are you planning to follow in your senior's footsteps? She wouldn't want to see you like this. See? Arthur let out a bitter laugh. Do you think she can still see me? Charlotte trailed off. Arthur pressed a hand to his forehead, his shoulders shaking. Whether from crying or laughing, it was hard to tell. If she were still here, she'd hate me. Wouldn't she? If only I'd been a little earlier, just a little earlier, just a little. I could have earned the medical bills she needed. Then she would have felt at ease staying, felt at ease letting me help her get treatment. Instead of. He couldn't go on. He turned to Charlotte. Why are you here again? Didn't I clarify for you? Ours was a business arrangement. You won't be accused of being a homewrecker. And your career won't be affected. Can't you just leave me alone with her? Charlotte gritted her teeth. I know. But before I go, there's something I need to say clearly. If your senior truly hated you, why would she record that clarification video? You grew up with her. You even know what kind of person she was. If she could really see you now, do you think she'd be able to leave in peace? She left you cruelly because she wanted to see you succeed, but look at what you're doing. Charlotte kicked the dusty guitar beside him. What about your music dream? If you really loved her, spend the rest of your life writing songs for her. Let her hear your love even in heaven. That's better than wasting away here. She dropped a takeout box on the table and stormed out. Arthur sat motionless, staring at the guitar for a long time. When he finally stood up, his legs gave way and he collapsed to the floor. Surviving on nothing but alcohol for nearly 3 days had left him barely able to move. He forced down a few bites of Charlotte's food, and at last, he had the strength to pick up the guitar. He plucked a few notes. It was The Color of Love. That same day, Arthur updated his Weibo. It was a photo of a slip of paper with a single line. With you in the morning, the world feels vast. When you appeared in my life, love suddenly bloomed in color. March 12, 2023. Netizens immediately sensed the meaning. Was this song written for Eleanor? This date is before they broke up. So he's been singing I love you to Eleanor all along. I can't take it. Why did fate treat Eleanor so cruelly? Overnight, Eleanor's Weibo gained over 1 million followers, but there was only one post on her account. If you're feeling down, feel free to talk to me here. May everyone be healthy and happy, and grow old with the ones they love. Every day, countless comments poured in. Sister, is the world over there nice? I'm so tired. I want to come find you, sweetheart, upstairs. If you're having a hard time, tell us. Auntie doesn't have much money, but I'll help as much as I can. Cancer pain is unbearable. How did you get through your final days, sister? Senior sister, I helped bring him back. Don't worry, my little buddy died. Mom said I was neglecting my duties because of a pet, and she threw him to the ground right in front of me. Sister, did Buddy know he was going to leave me? He was still smiling at me when Mom grabbed him. Woo-woo, upstairs. Buddy was telling you not to worry. He'll protect you in heaven. Hugs. Thank you, sister. I was almost ready to give up. But seeing how optimistic you were until the end, I want to hold on a little longer. Among the comments, one rose to the top with millions of likes. Can you still feel this belated love? Commenter, Arthur. The first reply was from the same ID. I love you. Victoria's account posted a new video, which rocketed to the top of the hot search rankings in no time. In the footage, the old house where she and I spent my final days was being demolished. The home that held 18 years of memories of Arthur and me crumbled to the ground. Arthur stood aside, watching silently. He said nothing as the wind blew, only snapping out of his trance slightly when Victoria approached. "What are you doing here?" He kept his eyes on the ruins. "Did she suffer when she left?" "No. It was like she fell asleep." "Really?" He lifted the corner of his mouth slightly, but tears glistened in his eyes. "Sometimes I fantasize that all of this is just an illusion. That she's really just asleep. When I come to my senses, she'll still be lying next to me. I'll shake her gently. And she'll wake up, greet me like she always did. Every morning when I open my eyes, I stare at the ceiling for a long time before realizing I've lost her forever." Victoria froze, her voice trembling. "That sounds so familiar. Sometimes she'd forget she was sick too." Arthur hung his head. "Sometimes I really want to stay trapped in this illusion forever and never wake up." With that, he turned and walked alone along the country path, as if he were walking side by side with another girl all those years ago. It seems that in life, you really can be walking along one day and suddenly realize you're all alone. Victoria pointed the camera at the ruins, her laughter trembling. "Next life, we have to be best friends again. Okay." A gust of wind blew, rustling a wind chime hanging from a wooden pole, making a clear, crisp sound. Victoria threw the stone in her hand, her voice thick with sobs. "You idiot.